what happens when you feel in a relationship that you are used? If I may use the analogy about a brand new penny, after years, that penny loses its shine. It's still got value, but it's lost its shine. And if you put it against a brand new coin, a brand new penny, you would say, this one looks very used. And sometimes that's what happens. And you sometimes even lose your shine, it seems. Now, what I want to say to you this morning, when you get to a point where you've lost your shine, or you feel that you're not quite where you used to be, how can you change that? Well, good morning and welcome to Time Out this morning. My name is Jack Vint. Thank you for taking time to share with me this morning in this video. I hope that you've got a cup of hot coffee, that you're safe as you take time out of your busy schedule. Now, you may ask this morning, what happens when the shine goes off my relationship? Perhaps you're married this morning and you've been married a number of years and you just feel like the shine has gone off your relationships. There isn't that newness that there used to be when you got married when you were very young. And what happens when you feel in a relationship that you are used? Now, when I use the word used, I'm not speaking about abuse, because there's no reason and there is no logic for abuse, and there's nothing to excuse abuse. I'm speaking about being used in a way when people have needs and they meet each other's needs. In a way, that's how you use people. People have expectations. Now, perhaps this morning when you're listening, you say, I'm not married, but I know somebody that's married in my family, in my friendship circle. So you could perhaps share this principle with them, because most people that have been married for a number of years go through what I'm speaking about today. And if I may use the analogy, about a brand new penny, and I know we don't trade with pennies anymore, but you know the expression, a brand new penny that's just been minted. It is so clean and shiny and sparkling, and that's sometimes how you feel when you get into a relationship, especially as a married person, and everything is brand new. And then if you take it to maybe an older penny that's been around for a long time, one that's been in pockets, out of pockets, been dropped on the floor, stood on, scratched, traded, been given away, been taken back. And after years, that penny loses its shine. It's still got value, same value, but it's lost its shine. And if you put it against a brand new coin, a brand new penny, you would say, this one looks very used. And that's what people say that would have been in a relationship for a long time, even married. I feel used. Now, again, I'm saying I'm not speaking about an abuse, because there's no excuse for that. But when you marry somebody, you do use them, because you get married because you need security, you need love, you need acceptance, you need a house, you need children. So in a way, you use and you are used. It's just natural. It's like that penny. You go in, you go out, and sometimes that's what happens. And you sometimes even lose your shine, it seems. Now, what I want to say to you this morning, when you get to a point where you've lost your shine, or you feel that you're not quite where you used to be, how can you change that? And I just want to speak about one practical way that, especially if it's after a number of years, you've been married to the same person, and you've gone through all the motions. Maybe you've had children and grandchildren. You get to a point in your life where you feel that the shine is gone. What can you do? Now, the first thing you have to realize is that relationships change. And just like that brand new penny came out of the mint, it was never meant to be on the shelf. It was meant to be used. It was meant to be traded with. It was meant to, in a way, rub with other coins and eventually even lose some of its shine, but never its value. And so I want to say, maybe your relationship can lose its shine a bit, but it'll never lose its value if you recognize this principle. And the principle I want to just speak about is understanding change that goes on in relationships. Now, when you are 20s or in your 20s and you're brand new penny, a lot of things happen. But even as you are married over years, things change. because you change. And your partner and your wife, your husband, they may change. And if you're not able to change with that and adapt, you're going to start feeling that you're not worth anything anymore. Not only is your shine gone, you may feel your value is gone, which is not true. And so I want to say the key thing in a relationship, especially marriage, is to adapt. Adapt to the changes and realize that adapting isn't necessarily wrong. It's just a phase in your life to make it all fun again. It's just another opportunity to say, maybe I'm not the shiniest penny, but I'm very experienced. I know how to trade. I know how to be used in a positive way to bring joy into my life and into the lives of somebody that I love. And so if you can learn the principle of adapting in relationships, especially in marriage, you do not have to worry about being that brand new penny again, because that's what we want to do in our minds. But that was maybe 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and we can't go back. But we can change how we see things as we adapt to our circumstances and even to those people around it. And we can still make it fun to have a relationship. We can still see the value, if not even more than before, of our relationship if we just change the way we see things. And I want to encourage you this morning, when you look at your relationship, when you look at your marriage, just change the way you see things. Realize that yes, maybe the shine has gone away, but the value is intact. And God really can use you and wants to use you to enjoy one another and to accept that change happens to everyone, but everyone can adapt to change. My name is Jack Vint. You've been watching Time Out, and I'll catch you next time.